Best thing on her. I don't know why you can put me down. Shit, I am the shit.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's all to me nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm a champion. The game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake up and hustle, you won't see me buckle, I've been in the field. Man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy, we shutting everything down. I've been hot like somebody put a candle on them. Off top, I don't really stand opponents, this mine. The moment is run out and start a bunch of pandemonium. More game, I got some, the skill is bar one, y'all done, the game in the coffin. Referee scream rest in peace, and think twice if you next to me, it's West. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's hard to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm a champion. It's our repetition, I'm stacking these trophies, I'm good with addition. I spit like a pastor, I give you the vision. Up early morning, enough of the sleeping. My life is a dream, but you wishing you lived it. Haters get livid, my pocket's Pacific, that's deep if you get it. So Tempur-Pedic, I sleep on the critics. Don't feel like competing, I'm hearing these crickets. Whoa, let me switch the flow, a new bounce. Coming to the den with a lion, I'm gon' pounce. Know I've been a king for a while, got a ring and a crown, that's the bling with the blow. What the team is about, champions. You can tell by the ambience of this sound. Referee scream rest in peace, and think twice if you next to me, it's no doubt. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. If you talking, it's hard to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's hard to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm a champion.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you tuned in to the one and only Big Hank Sports Review. Basketball, football, breaking it down for you. Now vibe with me. Like, comment, subscribe, oh yeah. Kick back, enjoy the ride. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Big Hank Sports. Like, comment, subscribe, say wow. Kick back, enjoy the ride. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Step on the court, feel the sneaker squeak. Hank call a play like a coach unique. Fast break vision, highlight reel. He breaking down the stats with that southern feel. On the field, end zone, crowd gon' roar. Touchdown energy, we want more. So if you want the game from a real point of view, better show love, like, comment, subscribe to. Like, comment, subscribe, say what. Big Hank, keep the game alive. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Big Hank Sports Review. NBA nights, NFL days. Hank break it down in so many ways. From the block to the pocket, the hustle, the grind. Every story hit different when Hank defines. Laughs in the flow, but the game stay tight. He shine the spotlight where it feel just right. Sports and the culture, it's more than a vibe. It's the truth and the groove. Come on, subscribe. Now don't wait, don't hesitate. Click that button, elevate. Join the tribe, be part of the crew. Sports review with Hank coming straight to you. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, keep the channel alive. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Hank Sports Review. Review. Yeah.
Guys, we back at it again on a beautiful Monday. It's Monday, May the 5th. May the 4th, I'm sorry, because they celebrate. And I see this Star Wars stuff because May the 4th be with you. It's a beautiful thing. Shout out to May the 4th and all you guys who are Star Wars fans who are celebrating. Shout out to you guys. But guys, I'm celebrating sports over here. This is what we're going to talk about. This is what it's all about. And guys, we got a whole lot going on. This past Saturday, we had the Kentucky Derby. The first leg of the Triple Crown. And guys, we had a first time in history of a female trainer win the Kentucky Derby. So congratulations to that lady. Congratulations to her for winning the Derby. First time ever. $152 races. That's what we had so far. 152. It was 152nd Derby. First time ever. The trainer is Sherry DeVox. DeVox. I believe it's how you pronounce her last name. If I'm messing up, I'm sorry, ma'am. Became the first female trainer to win the Kentucky Derby. Congratulations to the horse, Golden Tempo, for winning the Kentucky Derby. Golden Tempo was in last place. In case y'all didn't see that, the beautiful thing of it's about the sky view that they have. The sky view shows the horse was in last place at parts of the race and closed strong. Man, look, if you hadn't had an opportunity to see that race, I would definitely tell you to check it out. I know if I showed up here, they're going to probably strike me with some bull crap, and I ain't trying to do all that. But definitely, if you get the opportunity to check out the race, I definitely encourage you to definitely check it out. It's a sight to see. Even if you're not even a horse fan or a race fan or whatever the case may be, definitely check it out. Again, it's definitely a sight to see this horse who probably a quarter through the race, he was in last place. But able to close out strong and not only go from last, but all the way to first. The odds on started off at 30-1. That's when I put some coins down on it. Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday. I think I ended up doing it. Ended up at 23-1. Now it's crazy how these odds fluctuate. Because I seen to the point where they had one of my fact. I want to say the second place horse, who was Renegade, either the second place or the third place. O'Silly end up 70-1. Now, if I decided to do a win place show on one of those long shots, I could have won some money. I didn't do that. Every horse I bet on, I bet them all to win. All right, so I don't waste my time doing it. But for a $2 bet on a winning horse, you won $48.24. That's your payout. Just a $2 bet. And for every dollar you bet, you add 23 more. That's how it goes. When you say 30-1, $1 every $30. I mean, $1 bet, $30. So if you bet $2, say it ended up 130, it'd been $60 payout. And then so on and so forth for every dollar you add in. That's how it goes. That's how the odds go. But like I said, the odds fluctuate. So by the time the race went off, it was 23-1. So the odds on it went down. That's how you do it. That's how the gamblers do it as far as horse racing. So congratulations to that horse, to his owner. For those who may not want to know who the jockey is, it's Joseph Ortiz. Second place jockey, Arad Ortiz Jr. Now they're brothers. Brothers came in first and second. Shout out to the family, the Ortiz family. Shout out to the Ortiz family for being the winner and the runners-up. They both got paid. Golden Tate was the winning horse. Renegade came in second. So that family is beneficial. Now, Joseph is the better rider. He's the older brother. But Arad is not a bad rider too, it's obvious. I mean, some in the bloodline, I guess. I don't know. The thing about it, this jockey won won both the Kentucky Oaks and the Derby before. For those who didn't know, so he's a good jockey. He's well experienced. So she picked the right one. she picked the right brother. She said, "Look, her best man won the Derby and Oaks before. I got to go with him." Great move, trainer. Great move with going with the winning brother because he sure won at Derby. Now, will he win the second round of the Triple Crown? I don't know. I don't know if he will. Because you like for a lot of people do, I know it's tough. To win the Triple Crown is tough, man. Because the tracks get longer. It's not common. It's not common. And so to sit there and do it, you're asking a lot. But again, like I said, congratulations to the Derby winner. I'm able to benefit. And that's what's the most important, right? Oh shit. That's the most important, that I'm able to benefit from the winner. Golden Tempo. I mean, imagine being at the kitchen table, say the day after. You know, saying we get together with your family time. We said we're gonna go out to dinner. Maybe they made a little side bet. You know what I'm saying? The brothers made a little side bet. Whoever wins, you know, when the loser has to pay for dinner. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the loser has to buy the winner's dinner. Got to cover the ticket for the meal. First round of drinks is on the loser. Or the meal's on the loser. First round of drinks is on the winner. Imagine being around with the family and you giving your brother a hard time. Man, I beat you in the Derby. I'm the Derby winner. You're going to have them bragging rights. At least until y'all get the opportunity again to face each other and say, hey, you might win the Derby. I won the Preakness and I won the Belmont. I mean, that's what can you say? I prevented you from winning the Triple Crown because I won the Belmont. Oh, I won the Preakness. Yeah, you won the Belmont, but then I prevented you from getting that Triple Crown by winning the Preakness. You couldn't win that last leg. Yeah, I beat you up in New York. You might have got me in Baltimore too, as well as Kentucky, but you couldn't beat me in New York. That's the only thing he can do to stop me. Either that or I prevent him by winning the Belmont in Baltimore. I don't know. Something's got to go. I'm just saying. Look, we ain't gonna get too much on this horse racing. Most people don't even give a damn about a goddamn horse. Shout out to the horses. And the only reason I'm talking about it because I had a stake, I had a dog in the fight. I had a dog in the fight, and the way the race went down. You know what I'm saying? So it's only fair to talk about it, right? It's only fair to talk about it. But another thing I definitely want to talk about is what's going on in the NBA. And that's the main thing. It's the main story. As y'all can see what I put on the thumbnail. Right now, we still have the remaining teams in the playoffs. Now, of course, you have the 76ers who plays the Knicks tonight. And then you have the Minnesota Timberwolves who play the Spurs, San Antonio Spurs tonight as well. The 76ers play the Knicks at 8 p.m. tonight. And kicking off at 9:30, you have the Spurs and the Timberwolves. Now, some people say, well, why are they playing the first game so late? I don't know. I think it's an NBC thing. We're going to blame it on them for them making the Eastern Conference game start at 8 o'clock. Why? I don't know. So now you're going to have a damn hell of a layover. At least if you start at 7, you at least have a 2-hour break. Now, you're going to have somewhat of a layover between the two, but maybe a quarter. Maybe. Not even a whole quarter, maybe the last 5 minutes of the fourth. And you missed the first 5 minutes of the first game. I mean, of the Western game, maybe. Guys, please apologize. My sinus is acting the fool. My sinus is acting crazy right now, and it's that time of season. Usually between the month of May, late April, May, all the way to June. They usually affect me, sinus. So please forgive me for that. But we're down to the final 8. Because come tomorrow, we're going to have the cave. Excuse me. Oh, man, bless me. Tomorrow, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers going against the Detroit Pistons. Now, both Sunday just got the results in. Cleveland ended up beating Toronto, and Detroit beating the Orlando Magic, both in the Game 7. And they get to play each other. It's only fitting for Game 1 on Tuesday. Now, between those two matchups, I still like the Knicks to represent the East. I still are riding with the Knicks to represent the East. And on Tuesday, we have the Lakers going against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I like Oklahoma City to represent the West. I think we're going to have a Knicks and Oklahoma finals. And I still feel like Oklahoma will go run it back. That's my prediction. That's been my prediction. It's been that way. Look, if you know Cleveland can't normally make it past the second round. I know Detroit had probably the better regular season, but I still don't trust Detroit completely. I just don't. I just don't. I mean, the 76, I don't know what to say about that. I'm surprised the 76 got past Boston. I really am. Now, if you ask Jaylen Brown, well, Jaylen Brown was on live last night, man, complaining about the refs and how they need to be investigated. That's what he said. Brown suggested some refs in a Celtics 76er series, should be investigated. That's what he's saying. To the point he's breaking down the plays on his live. Double down on his criticism. That's what he did. Breaking it down. He was upset. But, let me say this. This would be the first time that referees didn't make some questionable calls in the playoffs. We had a referee back in the early 2000s had some questionable calls. Matter of fact, even a late, I want to say about 2012, they had some refs that was being investigated. One of them just recently retired not too long ago. So I'm not going to hold against Jaylen Brown on his criticism of the referees. I'm not going to sit there and say his investigation is not warranted. I'm not going to do that. Because I'm watching games right now like this. What the hell? On some of the calls. Yesterday, the fouls, the flagrant fouls. Why would they flagrant 2 on one of them? Now, maybe it wasn't as vicious as they could have been. Doesn't mean they wasn't that. Man went upside the head, like Donovan Mitchell when Cleveland's playing against the Toronto. Man went up against his head, hit him in his neck. You said anything above the shoulders could be warranted flagrant 2, but y'all decided to just go flagrant 1, of course. You didn't want to put him out the game. I know he's the primetime player on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I understand that. But the rules is the rules. I don't think you should adjust the rules just because of who did it. Let me ask y'all this. If it had been a no-name guy, some just average Joe on the squad that did that, would you think he probably would have got thrown out? More than likely, yes. But it was Donovan Mitchell, the face of the team and one of the best players in the Eastern Conference. Do y'all want to get him suspended from game? Yeah, it's not what you want. You want all your stars to play, regardless. Now, if it was Draymond Green, he might have got his ass not only thrown out a game, he might have got suspended a game or 2. But it wasn't. It was Donovan Mitchell. So Jaylen Brown's great. I can't hold him. I ain't gonna sit there and say he's completely off about it. I can't do that. But at the end of the day, you had an opportunity to win that series without that game. Could have won it in 5, man. Y'all just couldn't take care of business when you had it. Could have won it in 5. You don't take care of your business, then you can't be mad at the result you get. You can't. You was a team that was favored. You was home court advantage. They just didn't live up to expectations. It is what it is. In other NBA news, Mosley, after 5 seasons, was fired from the Orlando Magic. Orlando said, "We sick of you. We gave you 5 goddamn seasons. Jamal Mosley, we got to get rid of you." The team announced it today. Now, when you blown a 3-1 lead over the number 1 seed, yeah, dog, you probably deserve to get fired at the 5 seed. Yeah, you probably do. Because you can't sit there and be up 3-1, man, and only need 1 game to eliminate this team. And you found a way to choke off 3 in a row. I know Detroit has some good players. Cade McNabb. I understand with Tobias Harris. You know, I understand they got a few good players on the squad. I understand this. But, man, it ain't like you got some chumps. And one thing you can't do is blow a 3-1 lead. Can't do that. You can't do that. So I can't be mad at them for firing the guy. I can't. Because, man, 3-1 leads, man, you can't do it. And if that's what you're going to do, man, they going to get you up out of there. They going to get you up out of there. Now, you probably going to have another opportunity because that's a feat. You know what I'm saying? Orlando hasn't been a playoff bound a lot these past few years. They haven't. You got to go back to the days of Brian Hill and what's my man Van Gundy, Stan Van Gundy, not Mark Van Gundy. No, you know, the one with the porn stash, Bud Gundy. you got to go back to him. Them days. I mean, they don't have a lot of playoff history, and it's just unfortunate. But at the same time, they like, hey, 3-1 league, you got to finish. Over the number 1 seed, you got to finish. You got to finish now. So now they're going to be out there looking for a new head coach. Billy Donovan needs a job, but I don't know if they're going to give him a job because I remember a time when Billy Donovan had the opportunity to coach the Magic, and he turned it down to come back to Florida. And they gave him a show cause ban. I'm like, how the hell does that work? Because he accepted the job for a couple of days, and then he declined it. So I guess he put a show cause on his ass. Yeah, so it kept him from going to the NBA for another couple of years, but he ended up in there anyway, but still. So is it too late to go and get you a college level coach? Maybe, maybe not. More than likely, they're gonna hire an assistant coach. That's more than likely what's going to happen. They're gonna hire an assistant coach, and he's gonna come in and, you know, do what he need to do, I guess, to try to help the team. or at least get past the first round when you're up 3-1. And then, they're going to do what they do. Nothing. Nothing at all. That's what's going to end up happening. Nothing at all. I don't know, man. The thing about the NBA is crazy because when you look at it and you watch the games, the concept is different. When you watch them, they don't play defense. They don't. I'm watching games, man, where LaMelo Ball has an opportunity to go to the basket, either to dunk it or to lay up. And he'll run like he's going to the basket, then run out to a corner. I'll throw it out to a corner for 3. So you going from a 90% shot down to a 20% shot or 30% shot. And you think that makes sense? I don't. Now, if you're down by 3 and you have to do that in order to tie the game, okay, go for it. But if you only need 1 point to win, 2 points to tie the game, 3 points to win, why would you, and you have the opportunity to shoot a 2 and hit a 2 with a higher percentage compared to taking a 3 and going for the win, and their percentages are lower? That don't make sense to me. I watched his last game, and this is and it also shows lack of basketball IQ on the situation, where he was going 3. I think he was like either 4 for 13 or something like that in a little playing game. Yet he still find up that goddamn 3. That don't make sense to me. No, you 4 for 13. Why are you still firing these goddamn 3s up, dog? Go to the basket. Get you a mid-range. Shoot those. Take a high percentage shot, but you're going to still. And guys, if you ever watch him, he's not like he's crowding the line and barely hitting a 3. No, he's not doing that. He's about 3 feet behind the 3-point line and thinking that's okay because who I am. That's a smart thing to do because of who I am. I can do it because they're not going to say that to me because of who I am. And unfortunately, he's right. Coaches ain't going to say shit to. What they going to say? What they going to say? The other brother, he said, he kind of broke it down with something about that. I don't know if y'all got the opportunity to see that dirty play he made on Bam Adebayo. It was a dirty play. So if you watch, this ain't his first time. It was like, this is norm for him. Tripping players, kicking his leg out on purpose, just doing stuff like that, man. Then trying to apologize to him, I didn't know where I was. Stop lying, man. You did it because that's just who you are. You're a dirty ball player. Somebody should smack his ass in the goddamn mouth. He definitely should have had hands laid on him. Unfortunately, they wasn't able to review the play because they went straight into another play. And so they weren't able to review it, to call a flagrant or nothing like that. But this is nothing new for him. But this is not about playing dirty ball. This is about making smart plays. And sometimes, watch the game tonight. tonight after my show, while we're gonna watch the game tonight, I want you guys to. I'm trying you to watch the game tonight and watch some of the plays that they decide to make, some of the decisions they take during these games, some of the decisions that you're playing, you in a rhythm. You got one guy who's hitting, he's on hot. You think they throw it back to him? Hell no. Man, just hit 2 threes. Go back to him. He's hot. Let him see if he can do it again. Maybe he get 3. That's not what they do. It's their theory. Well, he hit 2. It's my time. That's the mindset. I'm gonna go with the Spurs, my man. The Jonesy who. I go with the Spurs. Spurs and Oklahoma gonna be for the Western Conference Championship game. 1 and 2. Them boys, Spurs are tough, man. And they got a nice nucleus of good young players as well as elder players like Fox and their 6th man and KJ. So I like Spurs in that series. I don't care about Anthony Edwards coming back. That's irrelevant. They're not going to be able to do nothing with Wembley, man. Rudy Gobert a bit of stopping, defensive player of the year, whatever. All defense team, that ain't going to mean shit. His ass going to get dunked on every goddamn time in the Bears. He's just going to be mad and angry at himself. Irrelevant. But nonetheless, you just got to look at some of the decisions they be making during these games, man. It's like, man, what was they thinking about? Dude just hit 2 threes. Go back to him and see if he can hit again. And if he don't, then he don't. He ain't going to do the same thing you did. Miss. Okay, cool. Shake it off, move on. But that's not what they do. Just like I said, dude hit 2 threes, man. You really should go back to him and see if he come down and hit a 3rd one. You know they do. The dudes get mad, get his feelings. Now it's my time. I want to shoot me one up. He'll shoot him of a clang off the backboard. Oh, I think when it close, he shoot a goddamn air ball. Then he'll shrug his shoulders like no big deal. No, man. Why didn't you go back to your dude to just hit? Instead, you were selfish and want to take another one because you feel like, well, he's getting too much goddamn shine. I want to get some shine too. No, look, we win, we're going to get some shine. We win, we win. God damn it. But him hit 2 threes, you feeling some type of way. Well, I won't take, no, God damn. That man's in the flow. He's hot. Y'all remember was it NBA Jams? He's on fire. Way from downtown. Y'all remember that? If you don't, you missed out on something. Man said Spurs in 5. God damn it. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I could definitely see that. Spurs in 5. I can't argue against that. But we'll find out about game 1 tonight at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. And for all the brothers and sisters on the West Coast, it'll be 5:30. Shout out to the West Coast. But it is what it is. Guys, this weekend, I got to drive down to Charlotte. Charlotte Kakalaki. Son gets to go for a visit. We get to go down there for a visit. Looking forward to it. HBC's school down there in Charlotte. We're going down there. See what it's about. Long drive. Not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it, but that's life. That's life. That's the way it is. I will definitely talk about the visit on Monday. I will definitely talk about the visit on Monday. And we will talk about how the visit went and when he decides on the visit. Can't wait. Charlotte Kakalaki. Never been down there before. It'd be my first time going. Never been down there before. Know a couple people down there. Shout out to the professor. Shout out to GMT. Wrong Man Talking. Got a great channel over there. Y'all make sure y'all check it out if you get an opportunity. They down there. Professor down there. Talked to him. He was on my show on the draft special we had. On the when was that? On that Thursday. Excuse me. So shout out to Professor. He was giving me some info on some there's a record store down there he recommended, as well as some restaurants. So I'm definitely gonna look up some of them restaurants he was telling me about. I may have to partake in them. Some good eating from the Charlotte area. Like I said, it'd be my first time being down there. The Queen City, they call it. I think what they call it, the Queen City. I don't know. Never, like I said, I've never been down there. The Queen City. You know what I know about Carolina? Well, I do know about the basketball team. I do know they got the Panthers. They know the Hornets. But the most memorable thing I remember is my man, Petey Pablo. Huh? Take your shirt off. Swinging around the air like it's like a helicopter. See, y'all don't know about that. Huh? Y'all don't know about that. North Carolina, raise it. He said, raise your hands up. Take your shirt off. Man, where my towel at? Where my towel at? Swinging around like a helicopter. That's what he said. God damn. Shout out to the towel my wife gave me as a gift. I'm not going to show you what it says. That's what she gave me. That was in my box. It was in my box for Christmas. A couple Christmases ago. Still got that goddamn towel. Unused. Unused. Unused, but I still got it. God damn it. Shout out to her for the gift. But no. Looking forward to going down there. And if that so happens to be the decision he makes to go down there, we're going to get the opportunity to drive down there for some games. Hoping I could go down there, maybe not only catch his college game, but maybe catch an NBA game and criticize LaMelo Ball and talk about how bad he's playing and bad decisions he's making. Maybe we catch a football game. I do know the Bears play the Carolina Panthers this year at Carolina. I just don't know when. Maybe I could double dip. Maybe I can go to a football game on Sunday and his basketball game on Saturday. Who knows? We'll see. If that's what the Lord has in the cards, then that's what he has in the cards. We don't know. We'll see how that goes. But with that being said, let's get back to this NBA. Coaches being fired because they can't win the best out of 7. You have a 3-1 game lead and you can't win. Mosley, you deserve to be fired and let go. You got players questioning the referee. Question they should be investigated. The Detroit Pistons gave JB Beckerstaff, which his dad used to coach in NBA too, gave him an extension today, and they friends. Maybe he could hire Mosley on his staff. But he gave him an extension. One guy gets fired today, the other one gets an extension. That's the way the world is, ain't it? That's what it is. So shout out to JB Beckerstaff, what have you pronounce the goddamn last name? Goddamn. Shout out to him for getting his contract extension. He's getting extended and getting more money, getting more bread, more years on his deal, while the other one's getting the end of his contract, getting his walk away money, getting his pay to walk away. That's the way life is, ain't it? So the next question people may say, like, well, what's next for these first round losers? What's going to happen to these teams that lost in the first round? Teams like Houston, teams like the Raptors, Denver, Boston. I don't know. I don't know. Because the thing about Boston, they got a lot of money tied up in 3 players: Tatum, Brown, and Derek White. That's not including Peyton Pritchard. Just in them 4 players, you got $325 million being paid out. Just in them 4. So what's next? Well, some shit, some decisions gonna have to be made. That's what's gonna happen. So what about a team like the Denver Nuggets? What's next for them? I don't know. You got some decisions you need to make on them. One of them is Cam Johnson, probably one of the best shooters on the squad. You got to make a decision on him. You got your core like Jamal Murray and Jokic. We know more than likely they're not going to get rid of either one of them two. I'm not saying it's impossible, but more than likely it won't be. You got to make a decision. What about Houston? Unfortunately, Houston didn't have a point guard all season. Van Fleet got hurt. Never got the opportunity to play. What's going on with Kevin Durant? What are you going to do about him? I mean, in my opinion, Houston's got a nice nucleus. Do you really need Kevin Durant? Do you really need that salary over your head? Is he really bringing him in? Because let me tell you, he didn't bring you anything if you're losing in the first goddamn round. What did he do for you besides taking your check? He didn't get you to the NBA Finals. He didn't get you to the Western Conference Finals. He didn't get you out of the first round. So is he really worth what you got? He's an old shell of himself. He's been that way probably for the past 3 years, truth be told. He was that way at Phoenix. He's been that way at Houston. Yeah, look. Let's just be honest. He's an old shell of himself. But y'all want to continue to pay him big money. What, for his name? That ain't going to cut it, man. You got to be able to produce. And losing in the first round is not what you consider producing. Not in my opinion. So what's the plan? Orlando Magic, what's your plan? You got to find you a new coach now. Because y'all fired Mosley. Portland Trailblazers, what y'all going to do? What's the plan? These are the teams that lost first round. Phoenix Suns, what we going to do? Y'all did right by getting rid of Kevin Durant, trading his ass off. But what's your next move? Atlanta Hawks. Nice young team. A lot of young pieces. What's your move? You know, so these teams got some decisions to make this offseason. They got some decisions to make. They got to decide on what they want and invest the money in. Are we going to invest in old players like KD's old ass? I don't know. Now, I think Toronto will be fine. You know, the best player didn't really play. Ingram didn't play in that game. So, I mean, he didn't get played. He went in the playoffs. He was in street clothes. So I kind of give a pass to them. But these other teams, well, I don't know. I guess he was Rockets. So we would have a point guard. But you knew all season. You knew before the season started you didn't have a point guard. Y'all knew that. And so you try to have other guys that play the point. If you're going to let Reed play point, let him play the point. But that's not what y'all was doing. Y'all let that Thomas guy, one of them twins, trying to play the point. Y'all knew that wasn't a play. Y'all knew that wasn't a play. But that's what y'all try to sell the team on. And it's obvious it backfired or it didn't end well with you. Made no sense. So now y'all got to make this decision on what y'all going to do. You got to make a decision this offseason on what y'all going to do and what's the play for you guys. What is the decision? Orlando's got to find not only the coach. Better go see the goddamn Wizard because y'all ain't got no goddamn heart the way y'all played in that goddamn game. That was crazy. You up 3-1. You need one goddamn game to beat the number 1 seed, and y'all couldn't do it. Yeah, can't defend that. Can't defend that. Nuggets, y'all was out there looking bad. Minnesota barely got into the playoffs, and they beat y'all ass 4-2. Number 3 seed. Beat y'all like y'all stole some. And didn't have their top 2 players. That's the crazy part about it. Didn't have their top 2 players. Vincenzo and Edwards didn't play in that series. And y'all couldn't beat them. Best out of 7, y'all couldn't beat them. Y'all got a lot of questions. A lot of questions. Look, your former coach is down there at North Carolina, Malone. I thought that was a bad move to let him go anyway. But that's the move y'all decided. And y'all been going downhill ever since. Man, won an NBA title, y'all let him go. That makes no goddamn sense, man. Now, if he was like what Doc Rivers is, I understand, man. God damn, the king of losing 3-1s. He's like Frank Vogel. I understand that too, but he's not. He wasn't that. And they made a decision. Too hard on the players. Bullshit, them soft, tenderfoot ass motherfuckers. Let me stop all this goddamn cuss. That soft ass should be acting all soft as shit. That's crazy. Make that make sense, guys. Man won your NBA title. Next year, y'all at least went back to the playoffs. They didn't win it, but y'all went back. Y'all represented. And you let him go. because he's too hard on the players. His voice got stale. No, man. Y'all made a bad decisions. My man DP said Nuggets probably gonna trade Murray this offseason. God damn. So you think Jamal Murray gonna get traded? I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, I watch him do some crazy things in NBA. We have. And I'm not going to sit there and say it's impossible. I do not think they would do that like that. I know they're going to more likely bring their coach back, Dave Alderman. Going to give him another opportunity at the job. So that won't be an issue. Damn. They got to make a decision on Cam Johnson. Peyton Watson, restricted free agent. What are they going to do about him? He's a young rising star. Let me say, I wouldn't be surprised if they did move Jamal Murray. I don't see Jokic. I don't see him being moved, but I can see Murray has a better chance of being moved than Jokic, of course. What about Hardaway Jr.? Is he a possible cut candidate, trade candidate? I don't know. They definitely got some decisions to be made, brother. I promise you that. They definitely got some decisions that's got to be made. It's going to be an interesting offseason for these teams. I know that's right. Oh, just got back from the Caribbeans. Didn't want to leave. I know that's right. Shout out to you, brother. Congratulations, you and to the missus. I don't know, man. It's really going to be interesting on how that whole thing pans out, because some decisions definitely going to have to be made on that team. You got a lot of money tied into these players. Is the time just come and gone? Because, man, you got two young teams, man, that are the upper, and they're not looking to relinquish. Let me say this. Right now, you only have one team that's really winning right now, and that's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, Spurs, they had a great regular season. I don't know how they're going to finish in the postseason. I don't know. Quentin, come on now. He said trade Murray and try to get Kyrie. Why would you get Kyrie? Kyrie's injury prone, man. I don't know. I mean, is the salary going to be that much different? That's a question. Is Kyrie's salary going to be that much different than what Murray's getting? Murray's already familiar with the squad, so why would you trade him if the salary's not that much different? Is he that much better? I don't think. Kyrie's a little long in the tooth now, guys, in case y'all didn't know. Plus, he got a lot of injuries under his goddamn belt. They need better, younger players. Now, this is true. They do. But bringing Kyrie ain't going to be, I don't think it's going to be a fix because he ain't young. Kyrie ain't young. Kyrie an old head, man. How many years Kyrie been playing? Let me look at this up. Kyrie Irving. Oh, shit. How long has Kyrie been playing in the NBA? How long has Kyrie been in the NBA? 14 seasons. God, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Shit. 14. First round pick, first overall pick, 2011. 14 years experience. Originally drafted with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Went to the Celtics, then the Nets, currently at the Mavericks. Yeah, that's Quentin, that's a no-go. He said that all those all the tricks. Shit. Gonna trick himself and break his them goddamn ankles into the old ass. He need to come on down here with Hing in the basement and just chill out. Shit. 14 years? That man lived a lifetime in NBA years. A lifetime. Yes. I don't think. Yeah, that ain't gonna cut it though. Yeah, that yeah. Yeah, that ain't gonna work for Kyrie being traded. Nah. If that was me making that decision, I'd sit this one out. Now we good. I appreciate you, Kyrie. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for what you do. We good. Ain't no way his agent could come calling me talking about, well, we got Kyrie for you. Shit. You mean Uncle Drew? What the hell I'm gonna do with Uncle Drew's ass? What can I do with his old ass? I can't do shit with him. I can't do nothing with Uncle Drew. Let Uncle Drew play out, go out to pasture with these other goddamn cows and cattle. Can't do it. Shout out to Mike Secretary. We want winners. Can't play with them. Can't do it. Yeah, I don't think it'd be a good diet. I don't think it'd be a good investment for the Denver Nuggets to invest into Kyrie and think they're gonna make a dramatic change to what they did in the first round to this year compared to the following years. I don't think that's gonna work out well. Yeah, that will not be the smart decision on the Denver Nuggets parts. They already made a bad decision by firing Michael Malone. So they're going to double down on a bad decision and trade for somebody like Kyrie Irving. First month of the season, his ass will be out for the remainder of the season. You know, he pulled his ring finger. Dislocated his ring finger, he done for the season. No, we good. We're going to let some other poor soul have this guy. We're not going to take that chance. Matter of fact, Dallas, you stick with it. You doing what y'all do, Dallas. We don't want him. We're no threat to take him from you guys. I promise you that. I'm just saying. I mean, No. I don't. To me, that's a no-go. That is definitely a no-go to bring in Kyrie for Jamal Murray. That would be a no-go. Think about it, you got your draft in June. Is there some guys can run the point there? Yeah, you got some guys. But unfortunately for the Denver Nuggets, I don't see them being eligible unless they find some way to trade up. NBA draft order. Let's see where they stand. So draft, first round, June the 23rd, 8 p.m. on ABC. Second round, June 24th. The crazy thing that they doing a second round the next day. This is crazy, but okay. Nonetheless, June the 23rd is draft. June the 13th is the deadline for early entry players to withdraw from the draft by 5 p.m. Eastern. The combine starts May the 10th through the 17th. The NBA Draft Lottery, 3 p.m. ABC on May the 10th. So let's see. As of right now, we do not know what the draft order is. Now, here's the chances, right? Here's the chances. Of course, the lottery is going to be determined by the ping pong balls. Denver has the 26th pick as of right now, based on their record. The 26th pick in the first round. Will they find a point guard at the 26th pick? I don't know. Like I said, they would have to probably trade up and more likely get one of them good point guards that they got coming out. I don't. I don't see them doing it. We'll take one. If they get Buddy from Arkansas, they might have a guard. Yeah, that dude's a top 5 pick, man. Shit. Denver ain't got a snowball chance as hell. Denver's gonna have to give up Jokic in order to get up that high in order to get him. So, are you willing to sell your franchise for that guy? Because that's the only way they're gonna get up in the top 5. They got to give up Jokic. He said, but he's short, I believe. No, he's not. He's like 6'3". He's talking about the guard from Arkansas. He said trade Murray and a pick should work. You have to get Quentin. You have to get in the top 5, and that's still not guaranteed in the top 5 that you can get him. That's where he's projected, between 1 and 5. He said 3 picks. Oh, dog, that ain't how it work, big brother. I don't see it, man. I don't see them getting away unless they give up Jokic. That's the only way I can see them getting in their top 5. Swap their first round pick and Jokic, and they could probably get in the top 5. that'd be a death of a team if they even did some shit like that. Especially when Jokic has at least 5 more good years in him. There's no way I would make that type deal. There's no way. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. That would be a bad investment to make a decision like that. I wouldn't. There's no way I would do that, and I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think so. Now, again, we're talking about Denver, and I watch them do some crazy and dumb things. I don't think they'll do that. I truly don't. I truly don't. But look, they got some decisions to make this offseason. Denver, the Celtics, Atlanta, Phoenix, Toronto, Orlando, Portland. All them teams lost in the first round. They got some decisions they got to make. Definitely got to look at the cap. Well, for those who don't know, NBA has a soft salary cap. They're over. They got to pay the taxes on it. So most of these owners don't want to pay the taxes on it, but that's, it is what it is. But they're going to have to look at that payroll and make a decision on what they're going to do with it. They're going to have to make a decision on what they're going to do with it. And whether they want to make some moves and cut some players or let some players go or let some players walk for free agents, I don't know. But all those teams that I just named, they got to make some decisions. So it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. The game that truthfully is going to be the most interesting is that Cleveland and Pistons game. The reason why is because right now Cleveland has had a history since post LeBron, of not making it past the second round in the NBA playoffs. Going against a team who hasn't had a lot of NBA postseason since the days of Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace, Tayshaun Prince, Chauncey Billups, the Lindsey Hunter, Detroit of 2004. I remember Detroit had a record for the least amount of games won in a season. So that series should be interesting on which team comes out between Cleveland and Pistons. Now, of course, Pistons are the number 1 seed and Cleveland's the 4th seed. So it's obvious that the Detroit should be favored in that series. But we're talking about Detroit. That don't mean shit. It doesn't. I remember many times I watched the number 1 seed. I remember back in the day, the Seattle Supersonics. I was about to say Seahawks. Seattle Supersonics was the number 1 seed over the Denver Nuggets back in the days when Mutombo used to play for the Denver Nuggets, right? And they upset the Sonics in the first round of an 8-1 series. Now, during that time, they only had to play 5 games, not the best out of 7. But they pulled the upset and won that series. I remember that. So it's not impossible the number 1 seed go down. DK said it's holiday. a free agent? That I do not know. Is he still with the Milwaukee Bucks? Is Drew Holiday still with the Milwaukee Bucks? Is Drew Holiday still with the Bucks? Oh shit, hold on. Drew Holiday still with the Bucks. Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday. Is Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday still with the Bucks. And for some reason, Google don't want to listen. We just have to type it in. Hell no, he's with the goddamn Portland. Damn, shit, I guess I forgot that. I didn't realize he was over there. But yeah, that's where he's at. He's with Portland. Is he a free agent? I don't know. So right when I'm looking at this article, and of course they want me to subscribe to their thing and pay. I'm not paying for this goddamn article. Go to hell. They're looking at him as a possible trade to a few teams, and one of the teams is the Clippers. What Portland needs to do. 7 Drew Holiday trade ideas the Trailblazers could consider this offseason. One of them, number 7 is the Clippers. Number 6 is the Phoenix. Number 5 is Miami. Number 4 is Memphis. Number 7 is Dallas. Number 2 is the Nuggets, surprisingly. Number 1 is Orlando. I don't know. My man DP might be on to something. My man DP might be on to something. I thought he was with the goddamn Bucks. He's with the goddamn sorry ass Portland. Will Denver make that move? Will Denver make that move? I mean, if you make that move, if you make that decision to make that trade, what's the plan for Jamal Murray? You gonna swap Jamal Murray for Drew Holiday? Is that going to be the move? I don't know. Look, they're gonna have to make a decision. They're gonna have to make a decision. I don't know. Is Denver willing to make that trade though? I know Portland, man, it's a suggestion. But is Denver willing to pull the trigger on that? Is Drew Holiday going to be the guy that's going to get him over the hump? Or are they going to keep Jamal, put him at the 2, and put Drew at the point? That's very well possible. That's very well possible. I'm going to have to think about that. Definitely gonna have to think about that. Guys, let me ask you this question. Do y'all watch the UFC? Not the UFC, the UFL. Do y'all watch it? I mean, so in order to get my football fix, in order to get my taste of football, I've been watching the UFL. Now I'm saying this nowhere near the NFL, of course. Nowhere near. But it's football. But it's football. And with that being said, I love football. I like to watch it. I watch on the college level. Sometimes I go to the high school games and watch a high school game. But it's football. So I watched the other day. I think it was a Dallas team. And I don't know who Dallas was playing. Who was they playing? Well, reason why I said it, I seen Rick Newhouser out there. That's the reason why I brought this shit up. I said, God damn. Rick Newhouser. I remember Rick when he used to coach for Washington. And he used to coach at Colorado. I said, God damn. They brought some old names from the past. But I watched the game. And it was like 21-0. Early in the, I think, second quarter. It's bad. And it got worse. Let me look up the final score. What it was. I forgot what the final score was, but it was getting bad. I think it was Saturday. I was watching it. I think it was Saturday because we ended up going to see Michael. Shout out to Michael, the movie. And I think I forgot. So they ended up beating them 24-6. That was the final score to beat. But it was 21-0 in the second quarter. So right now, the number one team is Dallas. Dallas is the best team with the best record. I ain't gonna say the best team, but they got the best record, right? They have the best record in the UFL. Well, we definitely not gonna hear all that crap. The DC Defenders, I'm sorry. Let me say that, not the Dallas Renegades. The DC Defenders has the best record of 5-1. That's who it was. I thought it was Dallas. But I think that's who they was playing was Dallas. My local team here, the Louisville Kings, is 2-4. St. Louis Battlehawks is 4-2. Orlando Storms is 4-2. Dallas Renegades 3-3. Columbus Aviators is 2-4. The Kings is 2-4. Houston Gamblers 2-4. Birmingham the Birmingham Stallions is 2-4. DC Defenders on a 5-game winning streak. They lost the first game and won 5 in a row. That's been my football fix. That's been my football picks. But that was just some of the coaches I seen on the sidelines. And I'm like, God damn, I didn't realize they were still coaching. I remember hearing Rick Newhouse on like a college football show. Yeah, he's back to coaching again. Guess the coach book never gets old, I guess. I don't know. Never gets old. But guys, I just do me a favor. And I apologize. I haven't said it all night. Shame on me. Shame on me. Hit that goddamn like button. You watch it on replay, hit that like button. You watch it with me right now, hit that like button. Even if you don't like me, I like anything in my opinions and my points of view, hit that goddamn like button. You're goddamn right. Guys, I just want to say this. For those who don't know, I do have a new channel called Hinks Collectibles. If you don't know about it, shame on you. Right? If you don't know about it, shame on you. I will drop the link in the chat right now for guys who are gals or anybody who's into collectibles like myself. It's a channel to be a part of. So, guys, I just dropped it in the chat. Subscribe to my new channel, Hinks Collectibles. Where I display some of the collectibles that I have. And y'all, as y'all know, I do album of the week and action figure / Funko Pop of the week. I do that over there. But then, if you subscribe to the channel, I'll shoot a video explaining why and what made me choose these items as my items of the week, or my album of the week, or my Funko of the week, or my action figure of the week. I shoot those videos over there. I also shoot videos showing you my items that I just purchased. So you get to see the collectibles that I bring in and that I display. So I want to make sure I do that for you guys who are subscribers to the Hinks Collectible YouTube channel. Definitely make sure y'all subscribe. I appreciate you. And definitely leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I get a lot of people leave little comments. Let me know what they think about. I remember this album. I remember that album. I remember this item. And I love this item. It was one of my favorite items when I was a kid and all that good stuff. So I love the feedback. I appreciate the feedback. And yes, I will reply to you. So I appreciate every last one of y'all being here. I promise you I do. Hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to my new Hinks Collectible channel. Make sure y'all do that. I appreciate every last one of y'all. But guys, with that being said, I'm going to get to this basketball game because I need to watch this content in order to break it to you guys on Monday and break it down. And I can't do it by being on the show with you guys. And I hate to have to leave, but I got to go. With that being said, I will catch you beautiful people on the next one. Right on.